Pro-songwriters write totally different from how everybody else writes their songs. Hi, my name is Dylan. I teach people how to write better songs and crafted songs. So today I'm going to tell you 5 factors that differentiate the pro-songwriters from everybody else. So number 1, pro-songwriters do not write for inspiration. Instead, they make inspiration work for them. While everybody else waits to write songs when they're inspired, the pros write and inspiration meets them along the way, might or may meet them along the way, because they realize it's work, they are working. They do not care about inspiration. While everybody else waits for inspiration to write, the pro-songwriters start by working without the expectation of inspiration. Number 2, everybody else writes random songs, while pro-songwriters write dopamine-engineered songs. Everybody else writes random songs out of their skill, out of their talent, out of what they know, caring about themselves, gratifying themselves, while the pro-songwriters want to gratify the listener, want to gratify their fans, their consumers. They write dopamine-engineered songs. They do not care about themselves while writing these songs. They care about their listeners. What will make the listener enjoy this song more? What will make the listener get hooked more to this song? While everybody else writes random songs out of their skill, out of their talent, gratifying themselves, the pro-songwriters want to gratify their listeners, want to give what the listener wants to hear, wants to give what the listener wants to listen to, wants to make the listener get hooked and hit repeat on that song again and again. So number 3, everybody else chases ideas, while pro-songwriters chase emotions. Everybody else chases ideas, while pro-songwriters chase emotions. So, how is this? How does this come through? Everybody else wants to write out of their talent, out of their skill, out of I got this idea for a song. It's a good idea, but the pro-songwriters do not care about. Well, they do not care about ideas. They care about emotional addiction. As I've told you, they want the listener to get hooked, to get addicted to this song. That's why some people like Future will never fall off, because their songs, they have mastered this. They have mastered this. They have mastered this. So while everybody else chases ideas, I got an idea for a song. I got an idea for a song. The pros do not care about that. What the pros care about is, will the listener get hooked to this song? How will the listener react to it? Will this make the listener hit repeat again and again? Will this make the listener get addicted to this song? That's what I mean by the pros do not chase ideas, they chase emotional addiction. Number 4, the pros see structure as leverage, while everybody else sees structures as limitation. Everybody else does not want to be put in a bracket. They want to be unique. They want to reinvent the wheel. They want to be seen as creative. While the pros use what already works. If you take all the good doing songs and put them in a list, you can see that they have some similarities, and these similarities is what the pro-songwriter used. They do not need to reinvent the wheel. They know that they do not need to reinvent the wheel again. They just use what works. It worked for artist X did this and it worked for them. Why shouldn't I use it? While everybody else wants to be unique, doesn't want to be put in a bracket or fall under a certain type of category, the pros see this as leverage. Since it worked for artist X and that's how the listeners reacted to it, I'm going to use it. They see it as leverage. If it worked for them, it should work for me. That's how they see it. While everybody else sees that as limitation. And the 5th differentiating factors of the pros from everybody else is that everybody else wants to write safe songs, while the pros are willing to take the risk. The pros are willing to cross certain lines in songwriting. Everybody wants to write safe songs. Everybody writes to be liked, while the pros write to be honest. You see, everybody else writes to be liked, while the pros write to be honest. You get me? Everybody writes safe songs. The pros are willing to cross that line. They're willing to take that risk of safe and jump out of the safe zone and try new things, provocative things. Like take for example, there's a song called "I Love It" by Kanye West and Lil Pump. This song goes like, "You're such a fucking hoe, I love it." While someone else, another songwriter might see it as a very provocative song, using a bad language that's inappropriate. Someone like Kanye West does not care about being safe, pleasing anyone. He's willing to take that risk. He's willing to cross that line, and believe it or not, the song has more than 500,000,000 views on YouTube. That's the effect of willing to take the risk. The pros are willing to take the risk while everybody else wants to write safe song. So that is part one. Stay tuned for part two, where I'm going to give you another 5 differentiating factors of the pros from everybody else's. The factors are 33, so I grouped them in groups of 5, so we're going to have like 6 videos. So stay tuned for the next one. My name is Dylan, and I teach songwriters how to craft better songs and write hit songs. Thank you.